Hello guys, welcome to Rekha Commerce. So example 7. So in my previous sections, I'll explain how to prepare a purchase book, sales book, purchase returns book, sales returns book individually, right? But this problem is different. It means for these transactions, I open all those 4 books. Okay, let's see how it can be opened for us in a single problem. Okay, see, enter the following transactions in the related subsidiary books. Okay, so by using these transactions, we need to prepare a subsidiary books. Okay, so which type of books you need to prepare, that should be seen by using this transaction. Okay, so these are the transactions that should be done on 2006 May. So by using this transaction, we need to prepare a subsidiary books. Okay, let's see one by one. See, May 1st purchased from Raghu. So it was a credit purchase, right? So it was a credit purchase and it comes under the purchase book. Okay, and here there was no discount. So total amount should be recorded in purchase book. Okay, next, third one, purchased goods from Jai. So Jai is the supplier to our business and we purchased goods from Jai. And here we did not pay any cash to Jai. So it was also a credit purchase. Okay, so it should be recorded in purchase book. Clear? Next one, on 5th sold goods to Ravi. So we sold goods to Ravi. So here Ravi is the customer to our business and we sold goods to Ravi 2000 rupees. And here we did not provide any sales discount to the customer. It means Ravi. So it was a credit sale. Ravi sold goods on credit basis. So it comes under the sales book. Okay. Next, 8th one, returned goods to Raghu. See, by seeing this, you got a confusion. Whether it was a purchase returns or sales returns and how it will be fine. Let's see. See, once see the previous transactions. On 1st May, you purchased goods from Raghu. So it was a credit purchase. Okay, and you purchased 1800 rupees from Raghu. Okay, but on 8th, you returned goods to Raghu and the amount was 500. So it was a purchase returns because we purchased goods from Raghu and after some days we returned some part of the goods to Raghu. So it was a purchase returns. Okay, it comes under the purchase returns book. Okay, clear? Next one, on 10th sold goods to Naidu. So Naidu is the customer to our business and we sold goods to Naidu. So it was a credit sale, right? So it comes under the sales book and there was no discount here. So the total amount should be mentioned in sales book. Okay. Next one, goods returned by Ravi. See, it was a sales returns. Okay. See the previous transactions. On 5th, sold goods to Ravi. So we sold goods to Ravi for the amount 2000. So 2000 rupees goods you sold to Ravi. On 12th, Ravi returned back some part of goods to our business. So that amount was 200. So we already sold goods to Ravi and again he returned the goods. So it was a sales returns. Right? So it comes under the sales returns book. It should be recorded on sales returns book. Okay. Next, on 16th, purchases from Prakash 3000 and trade discount 10%. So you purchased goods from Prakash and here Prakash allows some discount to our business. So that percentage was 10%, right? So let's calculate the discount. See, amount was 3000, right? And he allows 10% discount. It means 10 by 100. Cancel. So it means 300. So trade discount was 300, right? So total amount 3000 minus 300. It means 2700. So this is the amount you need to pay to the Prakash. Okay. So instead of 3000, you have to pay 2700 to Prakash. So we purchased goods from Prakash on the amount was 2000. So it was a credit purchase because we did not pay any cash to Prakash and we purchased goods on credit basis, right? So it was a credit purchase. So it should be recorded on purchase book. Okay. Next one. On 18th, sold goods to Srihari. So Srihari is the customer to our business and we sold goods to Srihari with the amount 1500. So it was a credit sale, right? So it should be recorded on sales book. Clear? See. On 25th, it mentioned as a purchases. So here the person name does not mention here. So it was a cash purchase. I already explained, right? Cash purchases, cash sales or purchase of assets or sold of assets are not mentioned in purchase book, sales book, right? So it was not recorded anywhere. Okay. Just avoid this transaction. Next. On 27th, Srihari returned goods. Okay. See, on 18th, we sold goods to Srihari 1500. Okay. And again, 27th, you returned goods from Srihari. So already you sold goods to Srihari. And some part of the goods, again, Srihari returned to our business. So it was a sales returns. Right? So it should be recorded in sales returns book. Okay. Next one. On 30th, returned goods to Jai. Okay. See. On 3rd, you purchased goods from Jai. 1500 rupees. So it was a great purchase. And here you did not pay any cash to Jai. Right? So it was a great purchase. Okay. On 30th, you returned some part of goods to Jai. So that was 600. So you already purchased and you again returned. So it was a purchase returns. So it should be recorded on purchase returns book. Okay. So now you can easily differentiate the transaction to the respective books. Right. So now you should prepare related subsidiary books. So by using this transaction, we need to prepare a purchase book, purchase returns book, sales returns book, right? Let's open that books and post these transactions on that books. Okay. See, this is the format of purchase book and you already know how to open a purchase book, right? See, first transaction comes under the purchase book, right? So in date column you have to mention the date and particulars column you have to mention the supplier's name. Here supplier was Raghu, right? So mention Raghu and inward invoice 1 and amount column you have to mention the amount that was 1800. Okay. So first transaction comes under the purchase book and it was completed. Okay. See. Next one. Third one, purchased goods from Jai. So it was a great purchase. So it should be recorded on purchase book, right? So on date column you have to mention the date and suppliers column. Here the supplier was Jai. So that should be recorded on suppliers column and 2 amount was 1500. So it was also completed. And next it comes under the sales book and it was purchase return. So it was not recorded in purchase book. So it was also not recorded. And next, see, purchases from Prakash. So it was a great purchase, right? So it should be recorded on purchase book. On 16th, Prakash, and here he allows 10% discount, right? So 10% discount and only that amount should be recorded on amount column. And that should be recorded on amount column. Okay. Next. It was also not recorded anywhere. So it was a cash purchases. It does not comes anywhere. So it was a sales returns and it was a purchase returns. So only 3 transactions should be recorded in purchase book. So purchase book was completed. Let's total this. Okay, the total of purchase book was 6,000. Okay, so in 2006 May month 6,000 purchases was done. Okay, so purchase book completed. Next, let's open the purchase returns book. Okay, let's see. See, first one also done, second one done. See here, return goods to Raghu. So it was a purchases returns, right? So it should be recorded on purchase returns book. So on date column we have to mention the date, and here supplier was Raghu and we return goods on the amount of 500. So in amount column we have to mention the amount. Okay, it was also done. Next one, see here, return goods to Jay. So it was also comes under the purchase returns, right? So it should be recorded on purchase returns. Date column you have to mention the date and supplier name, number and the amount. So let's see if any purchase returns are there. No, only 1, 2. Only 2 are comes under the purchase returns book. Okay, so you already recorded those 2 transactions in purchase returns book. Let's total this book. So the total was 1100. So in the May month the total purchase returns was 1100. So by using this book you can easily find the purchase returns. Okay, so purchase book and purchase returns book was completed, right? Now let's prepare a sales book and sales returns book. Okay, so out of 11 transactions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are done. So 3 are should be posted in purchase book and 2 should be posted on purchase returns book, and 1 transaction was not recorded anywhere. Okay, so the remaining transactions should be recorded in either sales book or sales returns book. Okay, let's see. Credit sale. So it comes under the sales book. On 5th sold goods to Ravi. It means it comes under the sales book, right? So on date column you have to mention the date, and here the customer was Ravi, right? So in particulars column you have to mention the customer name, and here one, see, and the amount was 2000. So 2000 you sold goods to Ravi, amount was 2000, right? So that should be recorded on amount column. So it was also done. Next one, see, on 10th sold goods to Naidu. So it was also a credit sale, right? It comes under the sales book. So on date column you have to mention the date, and here customer name Naidu and the amount was 1000, right? So that should be recorded on amount column. So it was also done. And next one, see here, on 18th sold goods to Srihari. So it was a credit sale that comes under the sales book, right? So on date column you have to mention the date and customer Srihari, number and the amount was 1500. See, it was also done. So there are no credit sales here. Only 3 transactions should belongs to sales book. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so that 3 should be recorded. So let's total the sales book. So 2, 3, 4, 4500 was the total of sales book. So in May month 4500 sales was done. By using this subsidiary book you can easily find the total sales that was happening on May month. Okay, so only one book was remaining, that was sales returns book. Okay, so let's enter the transactions in sales returns book also. See the remaining here, goods returned by Ravi. So it was a sales returns transaction, right? So on date column you have to mention the date, number and amount 200. See, amount was 200. So it was also done. And next, On 27th, Srihari returned goods 500. So it was a sales returns. It comes under the sales returns book, right? So it should be recorded on sales returns book. On date column, you have to mention the date, and on particulars column, you have to mention the customer name, number, and here amount. So the total of sales returns book was 700, right? So in May month, 700 sales returns was done. Okay, by using this book, you can easily find the total of sales returns that should be happening on May month. Okay, that's it. So by using these transactions, you can easily prepare a purchase book, purchase returns book, sales book, and sales returns book at a time. Okay.